Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Disney Mirrorverse. Since yesterday we showcased Beast, today we're going to be showcasing Olaf. If you want to see Beast and you didn't see the video from yesterday, make sure to go check that out. Let's start reading his abilities. First up is the Warmth of Home. Olaf is immune to freeze and burn. While Olaf is in the encounter, freeze and burn effects inflicted by all allies deal an additional 10% damage. Every 6 seconds, Olaf creates one Hearth Glimmer, which I'm pretty sure is new. I've never seen that before. In an unoccupied space on the battlefield, max Hearth Glimmers are 5. When an ally touches a Hearth Glimmer, Olaf heals that ally for 3% and the Hearth Glimmer is removed. Olaf then gains a health charge. So basically it's an inconvenient way to heal your allies. Olaf heals all allies 6% plus an additional 1% HP for each Hearth charge. All Hearth charges are then removed. So, sounds like you want a lot of Hearth charges on the stage when you do that. When allies collect Hearth Glimmers, they gain an Icy Touch buff for 6 seconds, causing basic and heavy attacks that inflict an instant 20% freeze. Olaf has a 20% chance to gain a Hearth charge whenever an ally hits an enemy inflicted with the freeze or burn effect. Let's equip his talents. I mean, I don't care. That one's fine. I like the symbols for those. I like that he has the bow tie in that one, even though that's basically just an image from the original movie. Yeah, we'll do that one. Whoops. And then, of course, we're going to do the final one, which has some health. Very cute. Look at his bio. Interesting. I would not have understood that from his costume. He also has a cape similar to Beast. So let's do the same thing we did before. We're going to go into events and click on the 1v1 showdown. Pick up where we left off last time. And try him out, see what he's like. He's my third best character, which is also pretty funny. But now second, Maleficent beat him up by like a couple of points. So animations are great right off the bat. Yeah, I can skip this. Let's see what he attacks like. So yeah, he's got ranged snowballs. Definitely makes sense for an attack. I like his cape. It's nice. I wonder how that compares to like Anna and Elsa. I forget what their designs even look like. And he's got the warmth inside him and warmed her right up. Another yellow glowing character added to the list. This character loves yellow glowing characters. I'm very happy that he's not always doing so. So these are these Hearth Glimmers, which I guess I should be collecting. I'm actually doing pretty poorly in health. I'd imagine it's probably because I'm by myself. But we won. I kind of forgot to do the charge attack, so we'll do that as well. Was the ground making those like shimmers because of Olaf, or is that just always do that? I do not know. I guess if we get another location and it does it again, we'll find out. Let's go ahead and do this one as well. He's definitely not high tech, which I'm pretty sure is the other tower right now. And I just went through and did a bunch of the royalty towers, so maybe that's not the best idea to do that. So what would be the best idea? Let's do a charged attack. So you kind of just built... Can I charge that for longer or what? No, it looks like that's about as big as it gets. But it does look like it would hit multiple enemies. If there were multiple enemies. I feel like I'm not the best character for this one. Stitch is really beating on me. So the Hearth charge is certainly interesting. You can see it also gives me the symbol. Unless I just always have that. Well, no, because now it's stacked. But I guess I'm probably the... Well, I guess we'll find out when I bring in other characters if it stacks on them as well, or if it's only Olaf. But yeah, I've got 5 stacks, so now's the time to do it. Yeah, the charge attack isn't too helpful in a 1v1 scenario, I would say. Although I guess it does like, what, 2 times as much damage as one singular attack, and only takes a little bit longer to charge. More than 2 times, probably like 2.5 times. So probably worth it in the long run. Olaf's design is pretty much exactly Olaf's model, like to the T. When I remember when I first saw it, I was like, that just is actually Olaf, exactly. And I suppose it does help because he was already in a 3D animated movie, so not hard to translate. But usually characters at least look a little bit different because the design is different, but Olaf himself is the same. You may have noticed he now has a bow tie and a cape. That's fun. I don't know. I would assume they went through a lot of different design ideas before solidifying on this one. I don't particularly know why they only went with these 2 aspects added to his design. I like the glowing thing, and you can see he's glowing right now actually, because I had like 7 of that stacked. So I guess he is kind of another yellow glowing character. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like a top hat would be fun. A lot of snowmen have like top hats. Would go along with his bow pretty good. I also feel like his animations aren't that impressive. We've just gotten so many characters that had really great animations, like Kermit in particular. So it's kind of sad that they aren't that amazing. Is Olaf royalty? I kind of doubt it. And also this is maybe a bit strong to start him off on. Well, I guess they don't have to be royalty, do they? I guess we could do this. Oh yeah, I actually have to bring in royalty characters. Alright, this is not going to go well, I don't think. But we're going to do this and leave it on auto and see what happens as I read the design notes for Olaf, which I maybe forgot to mention that I'm going to be doing that, but I am. So, the Guardian's transformation. In the Mirrorverse, Olaf is more than just a magically animated snowman. When Elsa creates him, she infuses him with all of her love for her sister and her home, making him something more. Glowing with a warm inner light, Olaf is now the elemental of heart and hearth, filling those he meets with happy memories of home and reminders of their family and friends. Olaf brings health and happiness to his allies while also amplifying the effects of fire and ice, making sure your elemental guardians are at their best while facing off against the ferocious Fractured. What were your design goals? With an oddball like Olaf, we really wanted to explore new territory with our game mechanics. We have an awful lot of supports whose healing is directly tied to the clock of their special ability, so we wanted to move some of that potential into the rest of his kit. Olaf is the first character in our game to create his own pickups, and move some of his healing potential off of his special into these pickups, which you can further customize through your talent selection. Ideally, players will find they're able to distribute healing more regularly to characters that need it during an encounter, while also giving them more incentive to explore the combat space a little bit. Olaf should feel like a solid, all-rounder support that pairs particularly well with other Frozen characters as well as anyone else bringing burn freeze to the party. And yeah, as you can see, Scar didn't make it. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting point that I haven't really even thought about. But usually supports just kind of heal everybody for the same amount. With Olaf, you can target your heals by having them specifically pick up the pickups. The thing is, you can't really control the other characters, so they might just run into it maybe. But it also does require you to move around the battlefield a little bit, maybe moving your enemies around while they follow you. But that is definitely an interesting idea that I hadn't really realized was going to be an aspect of Olaf. Yeah, this fight didn't go great, but I really don't know what else to bring him into. I mean, Scar sucks. I could bring in Beast, but I don't really want to overlap, you know? We could just go like double health. It might take a while. What abilities does this Guardian have? Well, biggest new feature are his pickups. They're on a timer and spawn in random empty locations in the battlefield. They pack a bit of a healing punch, so if you find yourself getting low, you can dash around and scoop them up to top yourself off in a pinch. Customize the bonus effects of Olaf's pickups with his talents to best suit your team composition or to face specific challenges and encounters. Olaf also synergizes well with burn and freeze characters, flat out buffing the damage of the debuffs while also giving him access to bigger and better healing once you unlock his SIG. As allies collect pickups, Olaf gains hearth charges, which makes his special ability stronger. Olaf has a brand new Icy Touch buff in his SIG that grants allies access to a small bit of bonus freezing damage on each of the basic or heavy attacks. I think as I'm kind of just glancing back at my gameplay every now and again, you can see that the characters really aren't picking up the hearth all that much, so that probably is a problem that in auto mode they don't really do what they need to do with Olaf. So it doesn't really work the greatest. Somebody picked up 2. I don't know when that happened, but I suppose they are random locations. They might just spawn in next to a character anyways, but describe this Guardian's playstyle. Olaf is best left to his own devices, but he may alter how you approach playing other characters. Once you've customized Olaf's pickups, you might find it best to try to pick them all up at once to give your Guardians big spikes of damage, or space them out to maximize the potential from Icy Touch. You can even have his pickups grant cleanse and use them strategically to avoid nasty secondary elemental effects from the Titanborn. Now that's a lot of strategizing. That's too much for my brain. I'm not as smart as a lot of other people, so you'll have to forgive me. What allies pair best with this Guardian? On and Elsa are the obvious first choices as companions for Olaf, but consider Anger, Hades, or Mini as potential allies as well. The great thing about Olaf is his talents make the benefit from his pickups pretty flexible, so you can mix and match as needed. Now, a suggestion bringing Mini is a crazy thing to say. Anger as well, I feel like is never brought in. But it's interesting, Hades was also mentioned as a good person to fight against Beast, so maybe Olaf as a team you bring in with Hades when you're trying to fight Beast. Let's just finish out these last 2 pretty quick before I move on. What enemies does these Guardian counter? Olaf has some good spiky single target heals, so he's quite good at mitigating big single target damage. Characters like Zerg or Mini, so he's actually good against Mini as well. With his first advanced talent, his pickups also cleanse, burn, freeze, and dizzy, which makes him a solid pick against half the Titanborn, as well as characters like Simba or Cruella. Who is best to defeat this Fractured Guardian? The best way to make sure a Fracture don't bump into an enemy Olaf's pickups, or to make sure they don't move at all. Someone like Cruella or Judy to root your enemies in place and keep them away from that sweet, sweet healing. I did not add that sweet, sweet healing part. That was part of the text. So that is certainly one of the more interesting things I've read. I don't feel like a lot of characters are that amazing, or are that hindered by the use of root. Obviously, characters who can't move are melee characters. They can't get up close to hit someone who's ranged potentially. But yeah, you're not able to go and heal if you're stuck in place. So it's an interesting thought for sure. So I wanted to do Elsa and Anna, but I'm pretty sure I need to bring in at least one high-tech character, and these are not high-tech characters. I guess let's just go into let's see how good they are. Let's go into chapter 8. Go into chapter 8. Random stage. Oops, not Beast. Olaf. Elsa. Anna. If you would like me to do a full showcase of these 3 in a Frozen team, let me know. That might be fun. It says he does pair well with them, so that's definitely interesting to note. Oh yeah, I'm still in auto. I always forget. So yeah, it feels like it's actually better. Oh my goodness. Maybe picked too hard of a stage for Anna specifically. I was going to say that it seems like it's probably better to play someone other than Olaf in these stages. Since Olaf's the support character, it's better to use someone who's going to be offensive. I find it interesting that he would pair well with Anna and Elsa, considering we now have like 2 ranged based characters on the team, which I'm not that big of a fan of. I suppose Anna helps because she's a pretty powerful melee, but I think I maybe should just get out of this. But it's nice to see Olaf fighting alongside Anna, even though their good friend, sorry, actually Anna's the exact one they're not fighting alongside with. Their good friend Anna is actually deceased. We're gonna die right now. Alright, so I don't think we should fault Olaf for that. Anna's not very strong, and honestly my Elsa isn't either. Okay, fine, let's go to like chapter 4. Wait, I'm missing a star in chapter 4? What the heck? I mean, I'm not allowed to use... Wait, what? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Is that a glitch? What is this? Okay. It's just lying to me. Let's get messed up. So yeah, let's maybe try switching to Anna. See what happens. Because she's the one that needs to be running through these sections. I think she might only be 1 star yet. Also in the Beast video I kept saying I don't know what Olaf's role is. Usually they are like, in the past they've been adding a lot of characters that have been in the same role, like Raya and Kermit were both melee characters. And the time before that was... I don't remember, but they were the same as well. But yeah, this one is the first time in a while I'm pretty sure that they are not the same. As I'm sure you've guessed by now, Olaf is a support character, so we get a tank and a support character. They didn't really mention how they could team up together. Don't really think they're supposed to be a team up. I know the next event we're getting as well is going to be one that showcases Olaf and Beast, and also Belle and Elsa, so that'll be really fun. Let's just do one more. Let's just go to like the last chapter here. So yeah, I would assume it's kind of been in the same style as the past few, where it'll be like, well, maybe it's like the one for when Woody was released. It was Woody and Anna, and they actually had the team up of Woody and Elsa, and then Anna and Buzz. And it's funny that Elsa's also going to be in this one, but they could do it where Elsa is teaming up with Beast and Olaf is teaming up with Belle. And that would be fun. From the images it maybe looks like Belle and Elsa would be teaming up, so I'm not really sure. That would kind of suck, because then that means 1 week there's literally no focus on Beast or Olaf, who are the new characters, but I suppose either way it really works just fine. I really do hope there's dialogue as well. I really enjoyed the dialogue of the Woody and Anna event. So, and that one had dialogue in both of the events in that month. This most recent one was Raya and Kermit, and Raya was the only one that had any dialogue with it. And Kermit showed up in the second one. Raya and Kermit were the main focus, but I would have preferred if they both had dialogue. Alright, so that was my showcase of Olaf. I know towards the end there I wasn't even playing as Olaf, but I think it makes sense the way that I did it. Let me know what you think of Olaf. If you think he looks cool, if you want to unlock him, if you're more interested in Beast, I'd be curious to hear any of it. If you like this new idea of the pickups, they did say it's the first character with pickups, which certainly makes sense. I'd imagine one of the next characters would probably also play with this idea, because I think it's an interesting thing that they haven't really touched yet. But yeah, those are the 2 newest characters. Go ahead and try to get them. I'm pretty sure Beast will be the first one, but I'm not really sure. So whoever's the first one, go ahead and try to get them today. Or I guess, yeah, today's fine. Could have done it yesterday too, but alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.